Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this tutorial series, we are designing this responsive header from scratch using HTML and CSS. And in the previous video, I showed you how to design this mobile version for our responsive header. Now in this video, we're going to add the menu items for this navigation menu so that when you click on this button, the menu items should be displayed over here. And when you click on the close button, it should go back. So let's get started. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write the HTML for the menu items. So let's go back to the HTML and let's create a division, and we'll give it a class of mobile menu items. And in that we need to have the menu items and also the social media icons. Now if I just open the desktop version, we can see that we have these menu items over here and also these social media icons. So we're going to add all of this to our mobile navigation menu as well. So let's go back to the mobile version. Now we have the same content that we have in the desktop version over here as well. So let's go back to the desktop navigation menu, and I'll just copy everything from here till the end of the social division. And let's scroll down and let's paste it over here. So here we can see the menu items and the social media icons. Alright, now let's style it using CSS. So let's go back to our style.css file and let's scroll down, and here let's add the styles for the mobile menu items. So here let's type mobile menu items, and first of all we'll set the position to fixed, and we'll set the height to 100 viewport height and the width to 100%, and let's set the top value to 0, and let's add a background color, and we'll just set the background color to C1FDFF. So here we can see the mobile menu items. Now let's bring all the text over here to the center. So let's type display of flex, and we'll align items to the center and justify content to the center. Now we want these menu items to be one below the other, so we have to set flex direction to column. Alright, now let's style these anchor tags. So let's type mobile menu items A, and we'll set a margin of 8 pixels top and bottom and 0 for left and right, and we'll set the font family to Roboto, and we'll also set the font size to 24 pixels, and we'll remove the underlines by typing text decoration to none, and we'll also change the color of the text to 073B4C, and we'll also change the font weight to 900. Right, now let's style these images. So let's type mobile menu items img, and we'll set a margin of 16 pixels top and bottom and left and right, and we'll also increase the height to 36 pixels. Now when we have these menu items displayed over here, we need to have the close button over here. So let's go back to the index.html file, and here in the menu icons, let's also add the close icon. So here I'll just type img, and in the src I'll just type images/close icon, and here we can see the close icon, and we'll also give it a class of close icon. Right, now we don't want to display both these icons at once. So when we have the close icon, we don't want to display this icon. So we're going to add a class called active to the mobile nav menu when we have these menu items displayed over here. So when we have the active class, we're going to display the close icon, and when we don't have the active class, we're going to display the other icon. So let's go back to our style.css file, and let's scroll up, and here we can see we have given some styles for the menu icons img. Now let's target the close icon. So for that we have given a class called close icon. So let's target that over here. So here I'll just type mobile nav menu icons close icon, and by default we're going to set the display to none. Now when we display these menu items, we're going to add a class called active to the mobile nav menu. So when we have the active class, we're going to display this close icon. So here we'll just type mobile nav menu dot active. Now you have to make sure that you don't have any space between these two classes, because we want both these classes to be in the same element. And then we will type menu icons close icon, and we'll just set the display to block. And when we have the active class to the mobile nav menu, we also want to hide this icon right here. So let's type mobile nav menu dot active menu icons menu icon. Here we can see we have added a class called menu icon for this icon. So let's type display and we'll set it to none. Right now let's add the active class to the mobile nav menu. So here I'll just add a class of active. And now we can see that the close icon is being displayed over here. And if we remove the active class, we have the other icon displayed over here. Now we have to do the same over here. When we have the active class over here, we want to display the menu items. And when we don't have the active class, we want to hide this. So let's go back to our style.css file and let's scroll down. And here what we're going to do is we're going to set the top value to -100 viewport height by default. So it will be at the top of the screen. And when we add the active class, we're going to bring it down. So let's type mobile nav menu dot active. Now if you go back to the HTML, we can see that we have the mobile nav menu and the mobile menu items divisions, one below the other, so they are siblings. Now in such cases, we have to use a selector called plus, and let's type mobile menu items. And here we'll set the top to 0. And we'll also add a smooth transition, so I'll just type transition. And we'll set all to 500 milliseconds. And we'll also set the easing value to ease in out. Right now let's add the active class over here. So here in the mobile nav menu, I'll just type active. And we can see that the menu items are displayed and also this close icon is displayed over here. And if we remove the active class, the menu items are hidden and we also have the other icon displayed over here. Right now let's add and remove these classes using JavaScript. So when we click on this button, we want to add the active class over here, and when we click on the close button, we want to remove the active class from the mobile nav menu. So let's go back to our file browser and let's create a JavaScript file. So I'll just create a file with the name of main.js. And we also need to link our JavaScript file over here in the HTML. So let's go back over here. And just before the body ends, I'll just type script src. And here I'll just type main.js. And before starting with our JavaScript, let's go back to our style.css file and let's hide this mobile menu items in the desktop version. So let's scroll up, and here in the hidden items, let's also add mobile menu items. Right now let's see what are the elements that we need to reference in our JavaScript. So if you go back to the HTML, we can see that we need to reference the mobile nav menu because we need to add the active class. And then we need to reference the menu icon and the close icon. So let's go to our JavaScript file and let's create a constant. And we'll just name it mobile nav menu. And we'll just type document.querySelector. And we have given it a class of mobile nav menu. And then we need to select the menu icon. So let's type const menu icon equals document.querySelector. And let's type mobile nav menu icon. And let's also reference the close icon. So let's type const close icon equals document.querySelector mobile nav menu close icon. Right now let's add an event listener to the menu icon. So let's type menu icon dot add event listener, and we will listen for the click event. And let's create an arrow function over here. And we're going to add a class called active to the mobile nav menu. So let's type mobile nav menu dot class list dot add, and we'll just type active. And now let's add an event listener for the close icon. So let's type close icon add event listener click, and let's type mobile nav menu dot class list, and we need to remove the class. So let's type remove active. Right now this should work. So let's click on this menu icon. And we can see that the menu items are displayed over here, and we also have this close icon. Let's click on the close icon, and we can see that the menu items are hidden. So that's basically with the mobile version of our responsive header. Let's also check out the desktop version and let's see whether we have any issues over there. And we can see that we don't have any problems over here. Everything works alright. So that's basically how you create a responsive header from scratch using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So that's it for this video. I will leave the link of the source code in the description, and if you have any doubts you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.